All right, hello. Should I turn this up? Hello. Can anyone make sure people can hear me? Perfect. Hello. I am just sitting here untangling my necklaces, and I haven't done a live in a while, so I thought I would say hello to all of you. If this is too bright, I don't know. Anyway, hello. I am just untangling my jewelry, and I posted about this a while ago. Okay, it would be a brilliant business idea. Jewelry untangler. Like, you just drop all your jewelry off. Like, this necklace is tangled like you wouldn't believe. Drop this off and a bunch of other jewelry. No, I'm not gonna unzip this. Yeah, I'll turn around. And you just drop this off, and they say, okay, come back in a couple of days. And my shoes today, those were Nike. The fit is this. The fit is this. Juicy suit season. It is juicy sweatsuit season. So I am untangling this necklace. The surgery went great. Thank you all. Appreciate it. So what happened was, thank you. She's doing really well. She's doing very well. So what happened was, so in the spring, I don't know if some of you might recall this, back in March, she had open heart surgery, the first one of the year. She's now had 2 this year. And she ended up in a coma. She had a stroke. She had a bunch of seizures. She's never had any of that in her life. And it was supposed to be routine, and it wasn't. So she was in a coma for a few days, and she was in the hospital for over a month. And it was awful. It was hell. And she was finally doing better. Suddenly, I'm in California. There's so much going on, first of all. So I was in California, absolutely loved it. And I get a text from her the day I'm like getting ready to go to the airport to come back to Boston. I get a text from her, and she's like, call me whenever you can. Everything's fine. Everything was not fine. So she was scheduled to have emergency surgery the next day. Heart surgery, the same surgery. And so I went into like mode of like, oh, here we go again. Like, this is my life now again. Like, not that it's about me at all, but I was like, this is all gonna happen again. Like, she has to go through this again. Like, it's just, so thankfully this surgery did not end up like that. And she is totally fine. She came through it. She's very strong. She's amazing. So this time the surgery went the way it was supposed to the first time, essentially. So really glad everything is hello. Yes, it is a beautiful day. Everything's going well. So thankfully. But thank you all for that. But there's a lot of other stuff going on, you guys. First of all, California was amazing. I don't know if any of you live in California or spent time in California. I had never been to Southern California before. Oh my God. I love it. It is amazing. I know, I'm so sorry. Doubting the Broncos, shouldn't do that anymore. I loved it. I am obsessed. She's doing well, thank you. I am obsessed with it. As soon as so first of all, landed in the sunset, just like into beautiful sunset. I was like, how is this real life? Yeah, right. Why would you leave? Why would you leave? I was saying this as I got there, like, why don't more people, like, why don't people live here? Like, why would you not live there? It's amazing, especially now coming back here and it's 5 degrees outside. I know the Bengals kind of a tough go. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So yeah, California was amazing. I stayed in Long Beach, and it was really nice. And I went to visit the NFL Network. Ever heard of it? No. It was fun. It was a good time. Right? But okay, the sunsets are the sunsets and the sunrises that every day? Is it every single day? Because every single day that I was there, I was waking up at like 5 a.m. and I would run over and see if the first morning I woke up and I was like, oh no, is the sun come up yet? The sunrises are unbelievable. And I was kind of right by where the cargo ships are, and like the Queen Mary is docked there in Long Beach. So here's the thing with traffic. I didn't run into any traffic. So going into, I don't want to say into LA, but to Inglewood I thought there was going to be more traffic. There wasn't. Every day, the sunsets and the sunrises are that's amazing. It was really, really nice. 80 degrees, which I was told is not how it generally is at this time of year. So I was there, it was like 70 75 to 80 degrees it was, so full days, I was there Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday too. And it was the same temperature like that. It was like that. It was beautiful. It was so amazing. So yeah, no, but okay, so here's what I want to do next time. Did not rent a car, which I should have. I was told I should have rented a car. Absolutely correct. And I would go kind of along the coast. Like I would go down the coast, toward Newport Beach. I would do that more. And, yeah, but Long Beach was nice. It was fine. Went to Seal Beach, which was nice. So yeah, it was really nice. It was just nice to be on the beach and to be warm and get some business done, you know? Yeah, 8 degrees. It's like that here. It's freezing here. Arizona was mentioned. Okay. Arizona is like the love of my life. I love Arizona, specifically Sedona. And there's also a town outside of Sedona. The name is escaping me right now. And it's kind of eclectic and it's like a little bit, it's, what is it called? If anyone knows the name of the town, it's outside of Sedona. That really narrows it down, I know. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. But Sedona, Arizona is one of my like top 3 favorite places in the world. And I think I flew over it, flying home. So here's the thing with flying back. Oh my God. So the whole time I'm flying back and I'm like, okay, my mom has to have the surgery. It's very, it's scary. I got on it's not Clarkdale. It's, shoot. I forget what it's called. I did enjoy California, Kevin. So, but the flight back from California was pretty empty. And, what just happened? Oh, this one out. I was like, what? So the battery on this probably died. Okay. So flight coming back, pretty empty. So I had, that's weird. I think the battery in this is dying. The row that I was in, I always get an aisle seat on a plane. Not caught one at Oak Creek. It begins with a J. Not Jeremiah. It's called, something is the name of the town, I think. So flying back from, LA, they never leave. It's just something. If anyone knows the name of the town, from LA, I had the whole row to myself. So did the girl, Jerome. Thank you, Jerome. Yes, I liked Jerome also. There was it's a small museum about the trains or the industries there. But in any event, so the flight back from LA, the girl across from me also Ja Rule, Arizona, yes. Also full row to herself, but I usually get an aisle seat because I don't want to feel like if I have to get up to pee and I don't want to feel like I can't, but also I don't want to be like, excuse me. So I love the aisle seat. Yes, the old mining town, yes. And so there's a museum in Jerome, dedicated to that. So, it's fine. So flight back, full row to myself. I never sit by the window. I never have a window seat because I don't want to. That's my own choice. But this time I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit by the window because why wouldn't I? And it was like a tour of the country. Unbelievable. So because aisle seat is the move. But here's why. Am I about to be converted to a window seat person? Maybe. Like a flight to Florida, maybe. Because it's amazing. I was just captivated flew over Arizona, Colorado, California, first of all. Absolutely beautiful. The desert's it's absolutely beautiful. So I've just abandoned this completely, because I'm so into this. So flew over Colorado, Oklahoma. I've never seen Oklahoma before. Flew over Kansas City, but it was at night and the sunset was in the clouds and it was absolutely beautiful. And I just stared out the window the whole time. I have a bunch of pictures. I was like annoying and like taking pictures, out the window the whole time with my Dunder Mifflin mug. But it was beautiful. Am I sad the Chiefs are gone? Speaking of Kansas City, no, it is refreshing that they are not. No, I am. Yeah. You don't want to see anyone get injured, but it's too bad about Patrick Mahomes, but like it was going to happen anyway that they would be eliminated. So, yeah, too bad. No, I'm not sad to see that the Chiefs are not going to be in the playoffs. Somebody knew. It's like the Dodgers. Like, okay, we got it. Thanks. But yeah, so the flight back was incredible. And landing at Logan. So here was the other thing. Had never been to Logan before because I always flew out of JFK or New Jersey or Hartford or New Haven. So, I think that was it. I never even went to LaGuardia, to be honest. The NFL action, yes, I did, Kevin. I did catch the NFL action yesterday. So, I know. So the cons outweigh it for sure. Like I am aisle seat all the way. I would rather. The Kramer mug is pretty good. I know. Okay, the Dodgers are very good. How can you even dispute that? So, I'm still an aisle seat person, except for if the whole row I have to myself, which also happened on the way home from Europe once. The flight from, did we fly out of Vienna or did we fly out of Munich? I can't remember, but like the whole, like the plane, it was an empty flight, which was insane. So the guy in the middle, it was one of the flights with the middle row. And he had the whole row to himself. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I feel like so here's the thing too. The flight to California, 6.5 hours, that's like longer than to Ireland or longer than to Italy. And like those flights seemed like forever. This flight flew by. I was like, this couldn't be easier. But here's why I think. I was watching the Diddy documentary and that just zipped it by. Like that's 4 hours. I was like, okay, easy. So as long as you're watching the Diddy documentary, a flight is gonna fly by. It was awesome. So highly recommend if you've never been for some reason. Like I'm like the last person who's never been to Southern California. Go. It's awesome. So the Patriots, that's the other thing. I kind of can't stop thinking about how brutal that loss was and how many she's doing very well. Thank you. I feel like this is Groundhog Day. How's your mom? Because like all year it's been this, but it's just one open heart surgery after another. You guys, it's just crazy. But no, it's all good. She flying out of Logan. Okay. Couldn't be easier. Like, why haven't I flown out of Logan before? I'm always like, oh, because Tweed and New Haven's so much easier. It's so you just get to like the door of the airport and you're on the plane. You just walk onto the plane. Yes, it's easier. But Logan also very easy. As long as you have someone drive you. Always have someone drive you to the airport. Always have a man drive you to the airport. That's my advice. Logan, it's so easy. Everyone was saying, oh, it's the worst airport ever. Newark is worse. Newark is way worse. Newark is so chaotic. And Logan, okay, also. So I have global entry. So that also includes TSA PreCheck, of course. That's like, yeah. So global entry is amazing, but TSA PreCheck is up there with air conditioning, antibiotics as the best invention in the world. You just walk in. It's amazing. Newark, yes, is chaotic. Also the timing of being there. When I was at Newark the last time, flew out of Newark, it was the early morning. So everyone was like, it was chaotic. But if the gate I was at when I was flying to Jackson Hole, yeah, I'm moving to Long Beach for sure. So I can go to the aquarium every day. I flew out of Newark to go to Jackson Hole and the view at the gate was Manhattan. Like it was really beautiful. So that was nice. But Logan is super easy. I sat right by the Bruins bar and so that was nice. And they have really nice, it wasn't the Hudson News, but it was the same type of thing. No, okay, we love New Jersey. I should have worn my New Jersey. I have four Asbury Park sweatshirts, and one New Jersey sweatshirt. My mom is from New Jersey, so watch your mouth. We love New Jersey. It's a beautiful state. The Garden State, how could you not love it? We love New Jersey. No, but the Newark airport is really, it's an experience. Once you've been through that airport, or Atlanta also is a crazy, oh yeah, so Clear, but Clear, like, what is the difference? Because I don't know if I have that or not, because what could be easier? Like, it couldn't have been easier. Like, what else? Do you get, like, free drinks? Like, I don't know what other benefits. Like, literally, you just walk through. So, okay, so if I had rented a car, I wouldn't have driven to Inglewood anyway, I don't think. But I would have driven, like, to different beaches, I think. But in any event, Long Beach was nice. Though I will say, the reunion, that just happened. Yes, I did not watch it, but I did hear about it. My parents told me all about it. But the Okay, if you live in Long Beach or like near Long Beach, what is up with the Starbucks and the CVS? Because I was like, oh, I'll walk to the CVS. Nope. I think it's either closed or it's a couple of streets I probably shouldn't have been on is maybe what it was. I have to watch the reunion. I know they did something. They talked about one of the sons who sadly killed himself. So that was really sad. But they do a lot of work for like suicide prevention. I know, like because they are siblings. So the oldest sister, what's her name? Allison. Is her name Allison? I can't remember. My favorite character in Everybody Loves Raymond. As I get older, it's kind of is Deborah. She's kind of a queen. But also Fred Willard in I think you should leave. In Everybody Loves Raymond is phenomenal. When I was a kid and I would watch Everybody Loves Raymond, I didn't really know as a kid like the body of work Fred Willard has. And now that I understand it and have seen it, and now I'm like, yeah, he did amazing. Amy's brother, Paul Rubens, was also made a cameo in Everybody Loves Raymond. But the family, Amy's family, I love. It never rains in Southern California, though. Wait, didn't it like a couple weeks ago rain? And I was told January is the rainy season there. So I was gonna go back in January. I was like, oh, I'll go back next week. I'll go back for Christmas. But January's rainy, I've been told. So that's that. I don't know. But I definitely want to go back. But I will be but February, March, spring training. So I don't know when I'll be back, but either way, it'll be warm. What was the Kevin had a question. Oh, my favorite character in Everybody Loves Raymond. Yeah, okay, Clear plus TSA PreCheck puts you in front of the TSA PreCheck line. No way. Okay, but there wasn't really a line when I was there. Okay, so you go in front of the line. Okay. That would be worth investigating. I think global entry should include Clear. Because now we're getting into like Disney plus Hulu like bundle territory. Where I'm like, what are we doing? Because global entry should encompass all of that, plus having the Real ID, which I do have. So having the Real ID, having TSA PreCheck and global entry should cover all of that. Just saying. I'm just saying. That's something to think about. Hello. Biggest pet peeve when flying. I would say, okay, I see the point. I always check a bag. Always. I see why you wouldn't, of course, because then you don't have to wait. But why does it take so long? You stand up, grab your bag, and go. And everyone, I think, planes should board. And this is how Avelo did it in New Haven. Long Beach Island, New Jersey to Long Beach, California. You should board either overhead bag. This is how Avelo did it. If you have a bag, a carry-on with you that has to go overhead, my carry-on does not, ever. If you board first. So then everyone who is clogging up the aisle boards first. Or potentially, I don't know if this saves any time, but you board window, everyone who has a window seat, then everyone who has a middle seat, then everyone who has an aisle seat. That's a pet peeve of mine, is how long it takes to get on and off the plane because of the overhead. I don't know. The only way to fix that would be to board any other way. But so here, if you don't care, you can go. I was asked, so I don't know what to tell you. But I do appreciate watching. So this is the thing. Nobody clapped when the plane landed, which is fine. That's perfect. No, everyone should sing also when the plane lands. What was the other one I was just about to say? I don't know. But anything that speeds up the process, I think would be helpful, right? But I do, you know what my biggest pet peeve is? The Wi-Fi never works on my phone, no matter what I do. I have the Delta app. I have Delta Sky Miles. I have the whole rigmarole. And never once in my life on JetBlue, on United, on Delta, has the Wi-Fi worked for me. The VPN stuff, I don't have a VPN. I don't have any of that. Everything's turned off. Everything. Okay, in-flight movies. So that's my biggest pet peeve. Wi-Fi never works for me. You know what I miss with in-flight movies? So one flight when I was a kid, it might have been not to Florida. Where would we have been flying? Austria or something? I don't remember. But in-flight movie, where would we have been going? Probably Disney World or something. And they had the in-flight movie. The one movie, people might not remember this. Yeah, it's a myth. It's a myth. Thank you. Thank you so much. The flight, it had you don't need a VPN. I know, I don't have one. But it says, whenever I Googled this, I was like, how do you get it to work? And it said, turn off your VPN. I was like, I don't have a VPN. What the hell are you talking about? So, anyway, back to where, I don't know where we were flying when I was a kid, but it was somewhere. And it was nighttime, I think. And it wasn't it was where in the world? It might, I don't know. So anyway, I'm never going to pay for the Wi-Fi because I can just look out I have my view of the country. Like, what more do you want? Snow in the mountains, the Rockies, it's beautiful. So hello. So it's the one movie for the whole plane. People might not remember this, but there used to be one movie for the entire plane. This movie happened to be Stepmom. So I was a kid and I wasn't allowed to see Stepmom because it was so sad, I was told. So I couldn't watch that movie. I had to listen to my Walkman or something. So I always get a magazine. So as I grew up, when did I watch Stepmom? It was a couple years ago. I finally watched Stepmom because it's one of those movies where it's like forbidden and you're like, ooh, I want to see what this is all about. I have never sobbed so hard watching a movie than Stepmom. No spoilers. But at the end, when it's I love Julia Roberts and Susan Sarandon. So this movie, if you like both of them like I do, this is for you. But they didn't even sell headphones, they gave them out. So I was sobbing at the end when she says, what did she say about the daughter? She said the daughter, she's afraid that the daughter, I think it was Julia Roberts said, I'm afraid on her wedding day, that she will wish that I was you and that she was there instead of you. And the mom goes, my biggest fear is that she won't, or something. Oh my God. So that movie is really, like, I was full on sobbing at that movie. And that might be the only movie that has ever made me full on sob in the world, in the history of ever. So really glad that I didn't see that movie as a kid because I would have lost it on a plane. Flying into Logan. So this is the other thing that I had never been. So flying back, I knew that it looks like you're about to land in the harbor. And this was nighttime that I flew back. So that wasn't a problem. Is it always that, like, I love roller coasters. I love rides. I have like an iron stomach, which is why every time I tweet out this food, people are like, oh, your stomach. I've never had that issue. Knock on wood. Never had that issue. So I haven't thrown up since 8th grade. That's not for me an issue because it's my biggest fear also. So when you're flying back into Logan and the way it drops like that, I can see why you'd throw up on a plane. And from like turbulence or like it was the first time ever where I was like, oh, I could see this happening. I don't know if that's a regular thing with landing at Logan, but we'll see because now I'll be flying more from Logan. Because now I'm like, Tweed who? Like Logan is also quite easy. Because the other thing with Tweed in New Haven, it is in a neighborhood, as people pointed out. It does not allow Ubers. So you have to have someone drive you. I should have done bikini bets. I did. If you go to actually you're already on my Instagram, but there is a bikini picture. Yeah, I should have, but she's doing well. Thank you. At the beginning, I did give an update. She is doing the opposite of the first time this happened, which is a blessing. Very blessed because last time she couldn't eat for, I don't know, weeks after. So now she was like, oh, I had pancakes for breakfast. It was like, this is what it was supposed to be the first time she had open heart surgery and she wasn't supposed to be in a coma. And this time she's not. So thank God. So very, very happy about that. We were like, oh, we'll do Christmas and my birthday, brag, it's the day after Christmas, in the hospital. So I was like, oh, perfect. You know what we're going to do? We'll do a tour of where I was born on my birthday, because I was born in this hospital. But I don't think we're going to have to do that, to be honest. So it's, of course they're going to win the World Series, of course. Yeah, I genuinely believe that. And the Patriots. So, way back to the Patriots. So all day thinking about that loss and how they, first of all, the Bills came back, then the Patriots came back, and then the Patriots. So I keep almost saying Mac Jones. Drake May had an opportunity to solidify himself as the MVP. This is what movie script opportunity to solidify himself as the guy, the MVP of the league. And he didn't. And he didn't. And he squandered that. So I think Cam Newton in the end wasn't wrong. Like, he was right. To be the best, you have to beat the best twice. And most recently. So this is the thing, is Josh Allen, who, if you are running the CBS broadcast, or any broadcast really, if a player looks like he's about to throw up, please pan away from that. Please don't ever. My fear of this is so deep that I can tell, in a movie, in a show, in a game, when anyone's about to get sick. And I knew it was about to happen. And I had to sit there. I was watching because I was at home. So I was watching with my dad and my brother. And my brother's just like, oh, that came out of nowhere. And I sat there in silence for maybe the rest of the game. I almost had to go walk outside in the snow and just take a walk. I had to recover. It's the one thing that is an issue. So you could just be gushing blood and I would be fine. I'm not fine, but I wouldn't be in my, I had to just sit there. Yeah, that was bad. And it's been worse. So, suffice it to say, I don't think the Patriots are done. However, I'm just was about to say Stafford MVP. That's what, unfortunately, that was the moment that would have solidified it. And now he also, coming into the game, he wasn't the favorite. Mac Jones, Jesus Christ. Drake May, on DraftKings was plus 110 to win MVP. Matthew Stafford being the favorite. And that's what it looks like that, even coming into the game. So yeah, exactly. No, so here's the thing, it doesn't make me sick. It makes me, it's I feel like I'm having a panic attack. My body seizes up and my brain goes white hot. And I why do I do that? I always do that and I don't understand. But no, it's I don't feel like I'm gonna get sick. I feel like I'm gonna faint. It's so weird. It's just it's called emetophobia. It's my biggest fear in the world. I do still think the Patriots would win the division, but I think the Drake May, the division would have been good as well. Also, to keep your winning streak going, 11 wins in a row would have been a lot better. But the pros of it, I guess, and Stephon Diggs did kind of say this after the game, is that they did need to lose at some point. And I don't like it very much. And I feel would that have been from a concussion, or did he just I don't know what that would have been from. I don't know. But, don't really want to think about it. Or what I want to know, so I avoid it. I've had a concussion and I did not. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. Never got sick. So, I don't think they're done. I don't think that this in any way means that they're done. And although when I was watching with my dad, he's a lifelong Patriots fan. So of course he's there's no way, this is not how you win playoff games. This team's not going to win MVP. This is not how you win a Super Bowl, which sure, fair. But I don't think, when legs go in the wrong direction, it's never great. Never great. I mean, I do have the Dolphins +3 tonight, so Super Bowl is not I would not say that at all. Thoughts on the Broncos? Thanks. Thanks so much. Yeah, this weekend did not go so great, but the Jaguars look great. So Jaguars are back. I don't think they're done in any way, but it wasn't a good look. That was really, I was going to say it's deflating, but I don't want to give any intention that I'm using a pun or anything like that. But It was really, it took the wind out of the sails of everything. And before the game, you got Will Campbell wearing the I Heart Drake May shirt and it's Bakemas, you guys. How dare that? How dare they lose during Bakemas? I don't see, they hadn't lost. So this is the other thing. They hadn't lost since the summer. So it's the past few years with Mac Jones, with Cam Newton. It's been like when they win, it's exciting. But now we're now used to, this area is now used to winning. So a loss is like, oh, what do we do? So, which is refreshing in a sense, but it's also just so, it's a downer. It's a big downer. So that's why I don't know. I think they had to lose at some point and this could motivate them. But I really did think that they would win this game on the back of Drake May. And I thought that this would empower Drake May through this, is what Cam Newton said. The guy he grew up idolizing said, to be the best, you have to beat the best twice. And he's not wrong. Hopefully back on SNY soon. I loved going on. I was actually thinking about that the other day, about how much I love that. Merry Christmas to you. I can't believe that's next week. You know what else is next week? The day after Christmas, which does happen to be my birthday. That's what's so weird about that. And I don't really care about my birthday that much anymore, but I never say the date of my birthday. Every time someone says, because of course this happens so much, when's your birthday? I say the day after Christmas. I never say December 26th. It's the day after Christmas. But the weekly spot on FAN would be awesome. If anyone out there is either Sal Licata or is a fan of Sal Licata, great work that he does. So, of course they're winning the World Series. Does that even need to be asked? Yes, but Cam Newton did say it about the Patriots specifically. So, that is what I would think Drake May was thinking about, and unfortunately probably thinking about in the moment. But yeah, then that was just like disappointing. And it's all the hype of, all the hype around it, all the like, Drake May, that he is him, you see the tailgates where people are wearing the sweatshirts, they're like fun Drake May facts. I love him, like the Drake May lover stuff, if Drake May lover is in here as well. I mean, I am cold, but that's I'm a professional, so sometimes you don't wear a coat because being a professional and everything is really what's important. So I did not wear a coat today, but this is the juicy sweatsuit that is really comfortable and it's really warm. It's so warm, you guys. Merry Christmas to you. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Well, the stuff that happened, that's why usually don't have CNN. Oh, okay. The Providence Police will hold a press conference at 5. So, re-entering the chat on Friday. I will be back on Nessun on Friday, and I absolutely adore going on Nessun. So please watch Boston Has Entered the Chat every day, but I will be on Friday, so you can catch me there. So while I was at home, the unfortunate shooting at Brown happened. So I'm watching this with my dad, who, mind you, grew up in Rhode Island. We still have a house in the town he grew up in Warren, Rhode Island, went to Brown for grad school. So while we were watching this, every time they'd mention a street, he'd go, yeah. And then he'd be like, oh, they probably, like, that building is on Hope Street that is connected to, which street is that? He was into it. He could have been on CNN saying, oh, that's that street, that's that street. And so he went through, like, his whole background of it. So they go through, it's like school closings in the snow when they were mentioning the other fire departments and police departments that were helping out. And we were all waiting to hear Warren. And they said Bristol, they said Barrington. They did not say Warren. And my dad was like, oh, because probably Warren's like helping out and covering for Bristol and Barrington. And I was like, okay, Dad. Then CNN goes to the scene and a Warren EMS vehicle is there. And we were like, that's great that they are actually there helping out. So very, very sad, like horribly sad. Ugh. And like knowing those streets and everything, it's just horribly sad. That happened, but very, very close to home for this area. But yeah, my dad was talking about all the class. He had a class in that engineering building. But he was there so he has a master's in creative writing for Brown. And so he grew up because his mother went to, not Radcliffe. What is the it was the women's college at Brown, like back in the 30s. So he'd always, grew up like around Brown, and so we used to go there all the time. My dad would take us back to actually he would bring us, we were kids, and he would bring us to like talks by authors who taught him at Brown, like Michael Ondaatje, and we would go there and we'd walk around the campus in the summer. So yeah, it's just awful. It's awful. My dream school was Brown, but then I ended up, I was told that it was a reach. I was not going to get in. So I applied to Wellesley instead and got in. But yeah, it's awful. But then, okay, also the Rob Reiner stuff, like what in the, okay, so also I'm seeing a lot of all of Rob Reiner's work, of course. He also was on 30 Rock and had a great, he was in only one episode of 30 Rock when it was the one that Queen Latifah was in when they go to Washington because of the NBC. It was some bill. Pembroke. Thank you. God, I can't believe I forgot that. Thank you. So yeah, my grandmother went there, and then my dad went to Brown, and just awful. Ugh, God, is it awful. But and also crazy that they thought they had the guy, then they don't, then they thought again, then they don't. Like, it's insane, the story. So it's been a wave of stuff. I can't believe also that Christmas is next week. That's crazy. But yeah, so a lot of stuff happening. But yeah, if anyone also, my profession, I work in sports. And this lady, thanks so much. Thanks for following. So that's my profession. Professional, I don't know. I was trying to think of something. But yeah, so a lot of stuff going on. And I saw people, so Diana Rossini reported when this happened that the Bills are staying in Providence, and people were like mad about it. Here's the thing. That's her job. She's to report on that. An NFL team is staying in the city where this is happening. So her job is to report on that because that is something. So I don't get, people were like, oh, your first thought is, who says it's the first thought? It actually wasn't. It was like hours later. So I saw that and I was like, people need to relax because if you don't care about it, just keep scrolling. I don't really get it. How do you pronounce your name, Vinny? Vinny Guasta? Yeah, so I'll do this till 4. How about that? How about till 4? I know there's that too. Of course he did it. Like, of course. So there are some things, that, she's doing well. Thank you very much. She's doing great. Last I heard from her was this morning. And I can't decide if I'm going to go back this week. That's why, like, she's doing great. Like, it's good, but it was weird. So she's in the ICU and we passed by when we went to go see her the other day, and we passed by the ICU room it's in the cardiothoracic ICU where she was for like 2 weeks. And it was bizarre. It was bizarre to be right back there, but so she called us a bunch of times on Sunday to ask she's on a bunch of medication, but she said, how do I turn off my phone so I could get the Red Sox game? And we were like, yep, definitely. She was wondering how to get the Patriots game. But you know, that's life. She's doing really well. And just the fact that she can like open her eyes and talk and everything, which she couldn't at first. So last time, like back in the spring. So, and hockey trades, of course. No Red Sox trades so far. Honestly, thankfully. Do we want anybody else to be traded? Just wondering, just throwing that out there. Oh, no reason whatsoever. I don't know. But on hockey tonight. Have not looked at, I was looking at Monday Night Football, Dolphins +3. I'm taking the under in that. And Waller anytime touchdown. Sneaky good one, I think. I was in LA for business reasons, to see some friends. And just because I've never been, and it's warm, and it was fun. That's why. Maybe I'll just go to, you have free will. You can do whatever. No, it was fun. I was there for business, I guess. I don't know. Why? Why would they trade Trevor Story? Where would he go, do you think? To Kansas City? Yeah, the favorite episode of The Office? That's a great question. So that changes all the time. And it's not Dinner Party because that one is I mean, that's a great episode, but it's not Gay Witch Hunt, which is a great episode. But there is one that, you know what my favorite episode is? Product Recall. And there's something about it where it's like the quintessential Office episode is Product Recall. I went to visit NFL Network. It was, Product Recall is like the over is a lock. Oh, Mutt says over is a lock. My thoughts are, well, Mutt said it. So it's right? Mutt Stack. We love Mutt Stack. I am taking the under. So, it's always fun to go head to head. When I was Mutt's producer, we would take opposite sides on things all the time. That makes for good radio. So I actually don't know if that's true. I can't remember if he took opposite sides on anything. But I generally agree with Mutt on everything. So favorite episode. So Product Recall is, Office Olympics is great too. But Product Recall has everything that is like quintessential Michael Scott. Everything about the fact that he like issues an apology when nobody asked for it at all. That it's everything you'd want in an episode. Product Recall, Threat Level Midnight's great. Everything is Level Midnight that I do now. Like, this was scary Level Midnight, whatever. Yep, Parkour, that was good. There are a lot of good ones, obviously, but Product Recall is probably my favorite one. The press conference is just so good. Where even the reporter, like the Scranton Times reporter, he's like lighter side of life and obits, like everything in there. Where he's like, his apology with the flag taped to the window, and if you read the cue cards, it's much more than what he reads, which is like, I have to pay for gas and it's a company car and that's not fair. Stuff like that. If this is to do, it's not just about sports. I'm talking about television shows right now, which is like not at all sports, except I did mention Office Olympics, which probably is confusing, maybe. It's not just about sports, Jack. But thanks for inquiring. But if you do want to hear me talk more about sports, tune into Nessun on Friday. And Friday's the 19th, right? Yes, I will be on Boston Has Entered the Chat, or tune in every day to Boston Has Entered the Chat, which is on Nessun, from 8 to 10 a.m. or Nessun Nation from 9 to 10 a.m. The over and under means if the total of points scored in the game goes over a certain number or under a certain number. For instance, tonight in Monday Night Football, 42.5 points is the line. And I think it's going to be under. Mott says the over is a lock, but we'll see. I mean, we will see, right? Nobody knows how this game, who was it yesterday, like the pregame, national pregame, was like, who was it who said like, I don't know how this game's gonna pan out, and I just like looked up, I was like, yeah, nobody does. Nobody really does. So what time on Nessun? 8 to 10 a.m. Nessun Nation 9 to 10 a.m. Well, Friday for me, but it is every day, so watch every day. And also, while we're plugging stuff, sign up for Pine Sports with my link, pine-sports.com, code Lucy /Lucy Bandit. Yep, I only weigh 82 pounds. Sign up for Pine Sports with that. And also use DraftKings. You can use them all together. So, yes, thank you. Blessings to you as well. Yes, exactly, Mike and the Mad Dog, where Francesa would, or win-loss. That's what Mike Francesa would do as well. He'd go through schedule release. Of course, no problem. If anyone has any other questions, happy to answer them. That's what we're here for. Everyone is welcome. What was I going to say? Whenever the schedule release for NFL teams was released, and Francesa would go through and go win-loss. And Michael or Cardi B? This is a great question, because I would take both, because I think they should collab on it. I know, so Joe Murray also, if Joe Murray is here, you absolutely should collab with Ann Michael. I was listening to that. And you and Ann Michael doing some kind of baking for before Bakemas is over would be phenomenal. So I do hope that does happen, and hope that maybe I'd help out in any way, because Ann Michael is a star. She's a star. Also Marina Del Rey was recommended, and again, if I had rented a car, yeah, that would be something that I absolutely would have done. No, it's not corrupting. So Ann Michael is, as Drake May said, is a star, but also he said she's a great addition to my life here. Imagine describing your wife as that. But they met in middle school, so she's been his addition since like they were kids. So it's just funny. They're just funny. If I had to, I would take Ann Michael, but I do love Cardi B's music, so I don't know. I would take both of them in a baking collab together, because Cardi B is pretty active on social media. So I think it would be a great addition to Bakemas, Cardi B. I do love that we have Cardi B. This fan base has Cardi B, which is crazy. Joe Murray does know food. Joe Murray knows a lot of stuff, and Joe Murray knows where to get food. He knows where to get a stylist. He knows where to get clothes. And Joe Murray is a wealth of knowledge about where to do anything and get everything. Am I a Bostonian native? So I am a Connecticut native, which a lot of people do not think is New England, and they're wrong, because Connecticut is New England, and just based on fact, it's New England. So. But yes, I'm from Connecticut, and but I've lived here for a long time, and I grew up a fan of all the teams here. So I can take your house in Venice Beach for the World Cup. Sure, absolutely. That would just sound like a plan. I don't really watch that much soccer, but once it's on TV, I'll watch it. But I wouldn't plan my day around it. Because you can't watch everything, You just can't. If anyone watched Chair Company, I still am processing. So here's the thing with this, and I forget hashtag Dork Podcast with Ryan Davey and Rich Keefe had Gary Tanguay on. The greatest name dropper of all time, Gary Tanguay. And I forget if they said this, is they wish that season 2 had not been announced before the end of season 1, because then you don't know if it's a cliffhanger or not. And I agree with that. I wish it hadn't come out that there would be a season 2 before season 1 ended. But the show is just incredible, because Tim Robinson's incredible, but also the way that it like builds up this drama in every episode, like every scene builds up this drama, and then boom, hits you with like something funny, something ridiculous. What's his name? Who was I'm never gonna get this. Okay, let's see. Without using any names, because I don't know any of them, how to figure this out. So the guy in I Think You Should Leave, who does the raunchy rhymes, and he in I Think You Should Leave was the guy who was like, I love acting, and at the bar he wants the Moscow Mule, and he was my favorite part besides Amanda and the muffin. He was my favorite part, where it's just stream of consciousness, where I'm taking my life of the party classes. That guy was my favorite part of Chair Company. I don't know if anyone watched it. Okay, yes, I was talking about it on the Fan in Baltimore, because T-Bone on Tim Barbalace in Baltimore also loves Tim Robinson. So we talked about this. And so I'm trying to convert all of them, Jason and all of them, to watch any Tim Robinson stuff. But it's very acquired taste. Like, it's very, you either love it or you hate it. And it's, it is, if you're not into it, then it's really tough to get into it. And like, you have to watch it. I watch Chair Company kind of like I watch I Think You Should Leave, in that you kind of have to watch every episode or individual sketch. When's the last time I cried? 2 days ago. It's been a year, you guys. It's been a year of crying, but it's people. Everybody's got something that they're dealing with, and it could be worse. So I was watching Cena. Did not watch Cena's last match, but I did go to SummerSlam this summer. I was working SummerSlam. Tim Robinson is the funniest person alive ever, except for, here's the thing, Conor O'Malley, who is married to Aidy Bryant. Jeez. I think he is funnier than Tim Robinson, which is saying a lot, because I think Tim Robinson's the funniest person alive. So if you can do that, transitive property somehow, because they work together. And I think Tim Robinson understands that Conor O'Malley is funnier than him, because the way Conor O'Malley operates is unlike anything you could ever see. Hot dog for lunch. Is that like a would or wouldn't? Or like, did I have a hot dog for lunch? Or Oh, sorry. I think you should leave. That is like the first sketch of the season. You can't move lunch, you guys. You can't. That's not allowed. You can't move lunch. But if they do move lunch and you're about to eat a hot dog, put it in your sleeve, obviously, and eat it during the meeting. What are we doing? There are a lot of things in that season of I Think You Should Leave. We are going into a avenue that, I mean, what was the question? No, that's not normal. I think you should probably get that checked out. I said ask anything you want. I did, to be fair, I did say that. But a lot of like similar themes in the I Think You Should Leave stuff and sketches, which is like office stuff or like work stuff, like the one about the insider trading where they're reading the text and it's like Brian's hat. It's interesting how things are intertwined. College sports need to be placed solely as a separate entity from college. How would that work? Because if you're not a student athlete anymore. I think Jay Marshall is the same one that does ask very interesting questions every time, which I think really it expands your thought process really, because you're like, oh, I never thought about that. A steering wheel that doesn't fly off while you're driving. Shut up, Paul. He's great too. That guy's phenomenal. And all of that. Sam Richardson, also funny. Detroiters is a great show. I've never watched Dexter. Also, I never watched Mad Men, and I downloaded it for the flight because, again, Wi-Fi never works for me on a plane, no matter what. To the point where the flight back, even my downloaded stuff wasn't really working, which is crazy. That's crazy. But one of the things that is I have never watched Mad Men, and I downloaded the whole first season, and I watched, I think, the beginning of the first episode, and then I started listening to music. I don't know. I can't get into like a new show on a plane, I don't think. Except for the Diddy documentary, I guess. But I already knew a lot of, not that I knew a lot of that, but like, you already know the people who are in it, and like, you understand. Never watched Nip Tuck. Welcome to Derry. So I downloaded Welcome to Derry. The great Jeff D. Lowe recommended I watch Welcome to Derry. And I haven't really, I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I need to really get into it. Sopranos is one of my favorite shows of all time. The Wire I could not get into. No. Stepmom, yeah, I would watch Stepmom. Just to go back and be like sobbing. God, okay. That sounds like an Eminem song, to be honest. And I've never watched that either. That does sound like the Eminem song called Fack, which if you've never listened to it, it's something. It was during one of those phases he had where like, what are you even talking about kind of phases. The Sopranos death scenes you skip, how dare you? No, Sopranos is definitely one of my favorites. However, it goes Breaking Bad, then Sopranos. I'm so sorry, but it does. But above both of those is season 1 and only season 1 of True Detective. That's it. Because that show like speaks to my soul. There's something about season 1 of True Detective that is, I don't know, it's like part of me. Like it's just, I always go back to it. There's something about the Carcosa, the time is a flat circle, the whole thing, and the way Matthew McConaughey specifically, what would he listen to? And it maybe was the time of my life when I first watched it in 2014 when it came out. You know where I was watching it? In Sedona, in Arizona. So there was something like the vortex, the whole thing. So it brings me back to that. Season 1 of True Detective is like in my soul. I love that show. Is my favorite of all time. All time. Nothing is close except for maybe Breaking Bad. Because also Breaking Bad, no spoilers, but the I am the one who knocks scene is the only scene in television that is so good that it makes me cry. Like, I not cry because of the scene itself, but because of how good the acting is and how great Walt is, and how, if you've watched Jay Marshall, I don't have time for your questions in the middle of my Breaking Bad soliloquy, okay? Thank you so much. No, I'm right in the middle of telling you why I cry because of this one moment in Breaking Bad. And sometimes if I need to cry or elicit emotion, I will go to YouTube and I will look up that scene and I will watch it. And if you, like, you're on this journey with Walt and you're in the middle of all of this, and then you get to this scene after everything you've been through with all of these people, and you get to the scene and it just is this buildup of emotion. It's kind of like The Sopranos. No scenes in The Sopranos do this to me, but Rust Cohle is one of the great television characters in history. In The Sopranos, you get to a point like in season 6 where everything starts to just like, everything's hitting the fan. Everything is falling apart. It's end times, basically. And you can feel it. You can feel when the end times are happening. And that I have heard a lot, and I didn't like season 6 that much. The first three times I watched The Sopranos all the way through. And why would you think I hate Canadians? I've been to Canada I have friends who are Canadian. Watching it the first few times, season 6 wasn't my favorite, but now I love season 6 because that's where everything's culminating and everything's like you go back to the first episode, I guess, of The Sopranos where he's like, I feel like I'm coming in at the end of something, but then the end of that doesn't come for years. So finally you're getting to the end that he thought he was coming in on, and it gets real, and you see things you didn't think you would see throughout the series. It's crazy. I do think Tony is dead, but I do like the theory that Tony doesn't die, the audience dies. I just thought, am I spoiling anything? But it's been out for 20 years, so it is the way it is. Patriots Bears Super Bowl. I don't know, guys. I don't know about that. Broncos, perhaps. I don't know. I don't think the Patriots are done, though. I think there's spoiler. Who knows who dies ever. It is like a time machine, early 2000s, because the cell phones were different. No iPhones. Internet was early on, as we see with AJ. And cookies were new because Tony doesn't like them. GPS tracking in cars. What's with the Broncos, guys? How about those Broncos? So maybe the Ravens will find a way, but maybe not next week. Maybe every other week, but next week would be great. Wobbistics. The telephone calling cards. We're pushing Wobbistics. But the way he says it, Wobbistics. It's Wobbistics. And it's already getting dark, which is crazy. So this was the other thing. The West Coast time zone is something that I have experienced, of course, but in terms of watching sports, had never really experienced, because I arrived in LA, or Long Beach, sorry, not LA. And Monday Night Football was already almost over, and it was like, 6 p.m. And I was like, you're kidding me. What am I going to do after this? So I'm glad it went into overtime that night and the Chargers covered. But I was like, what do I do? So I was watching, oh my God, now I don't know. It's the one with Ice-T. It's not CSI Miami. I used to watch all the time. I used to download CSI Miami. It's not NCIS. Why am I blanking on this, you guys? What's the show with Ice-T? It's not Law and Order SVU. It's the crime scene. It's, what is it? The Law and Order. Okay, so it's not SVU, but it's Law and Order. Thank you. So, or maybe it is SVU. Special Victims Unit. Yeah. Law and Order SVU. Thank you. I love the show so much that I remember the name, obviously. So it was great. I watched a bunch of that after, and you know what I had, you guys? My new thing. Wedge salad with salmon is my new thing. So I had one of those. I think I had that at Slay, Manhattan Beach also. And then the next night too, I had wedge salad with salmon. Like, I'm obsessed with it. Law and Order, thank you. And I'm super into it now. Because you know why I couldn't remember? Because also recently gotten into Forensic Files. I do like Forensic Files as well. So yeah, Law and Order SVU is great. But if you're watching it, like, if you're doing other stuff and then you hear parts of it out of context, you're like, oh, yikes. But if you're watching the episode, you're like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, they found her underwear and the blah, blah. And you hear these like things, you're like, oh. So mug of the day is this Dunder Mifflin. The other side is Kevin. And my lipstick stain on it. But Dunder Mifflin mug today. I don't know if juggling's coming. Fort Myers, hello. Love Fort Myers. Dolphins tonight +3. Thank you. Appreciate that. The word compelling is fascinating. I do love that word. It's great. So the Dolphins +3. Yeah. And the under. But, Mott and I are going head to head on this because he says the over's a lock, apparently. Oh, it's in the mug. Sorry, green tea. So this is Bigelow Green Tea, a Connecticut brand, I will say. I think it does sponsor the Yankees broadcast, but you know, it's okay. That's baseball, Susan. And it's green tea, just plain green tea. It's my favorite. There was not study, but it was like a headline a while ago that was like, oh, green tea has the effects of Ozempic. I could have told you that. I've been drinking this every day since high school. Like it's the best. Green tea is one of the best things that you could put inside your body. Speaking from experience. Yeah, it does. Right. Bigelow sponsors a lot of stuff. So it's like, WB Mason, is here and is a Yankees partner. So actually my mom works in Fairfield. WB Mason, brings in their supplies and stuff, is their supplier for some things. She has a private medical practice. And she one time made some comment to the delivery driver, like, how could you be for the Yankees? And the driver was like, what? I don't know what she was trying to do, but she was mad. I was like, okay, I don't really know what you're trying to do there, but they do sponsor sponsor a lot of things, I guess. But yeah, so Bigelow tea, I'm a big fan of. If Bigelow tea, the I think granddaughter who's on the commercials, if she wants me to do any promotion, I am the biggest fan of Bigelow green tea that you could find. I love it. I have a younger brother. And that's it. I always wanted a sister. Well, I wanted an older sister, but that's kind of tough. But I wanted a younger sister. I wanted a sister in any way, but it's fine. You know, he's fine. It's whatever. I was so mean to him growing up. But yeah, so, oh my God, it's 4:09. You guys, I said I would do this till 4, and we've just been talking. But yeah, if anyone has, we'll do this till 4:15. How's that? Just hard out at 4:15. Because if anyone has anything else, I started untangling this necklace at the beginning, completely abandoned it. So here's the trick with these. Favorite ice cream? Oh, you know what I got at Salt and Straw? It was vegan. I always do vegan because dairy messes up my skin. It's a disaster. So I got vegan, and it was like hazelnut something. It was like salted, like hazelnuts. It was so good. It was so good. But my favorite, oh, you know what my favorite? God. My favorite is at a specific place in Chester, Connecticut. It is called Honeycomb. I would also love to do any videos for Honeycomb because I'm obsessed with their vegan coconut ice cream. They make all their vegan, if I'm not mistaken, their vegan ice cream with a coconut base. I can't get enough of it. It's my favorite thing in the world, probably, is the vegan coconut ice cream at Honeycomb. I have never had a vegan ice cream like this before. Nothing comes close. So I like, they sell it in some stores in Connecticut, and I buy like pints of it. It's the only ice cream I will eat. And it is I got the vegan pumpkin, which is great. But, oh, you know what else is good? They do like vegan, banana, blueberry, like all types of flavors, but it all has the coconut base. I'm obsessed. It's amazing. So if you're in Chester, Connecticut, or anywhere in like Southern Connecticut or like along the shoreline, kind of east a little bit, in Chester, Honeycomb ice cream, they have all like they have regular flavors too, like not just vegan, but they are like a little bit like they have an olive oil, or they have like summer corn blueberry. Amazing. So highly recommend Honeycomb in Chester. And also, I don't think anybody asked about this, but I always recommend best pizza in Connecticut is not in New Haven. And I was born in New Haven, and I'm still saying this. So if you go a little bit, I want to say it's east of New Haven. I was going to say it's not. West of New Haven. It's a kind of like sandwich place, Bradley and Wall. It's a deli place. I've been going there my whole life. They have the best pizza. So if you're driving along the Connecticut shoreline, like back to Rhode Island or Massachusetts or wherever, stop at Bradley and Wall and get a pizza or 2 or 3 because it's so good. So good. So Bradley and Wall and Honeycomb also amazing places. And I will untangle this at some point next time. Well, this will be the journey to untangle this necklace that has been tangled for years, you guys, years. And we'll do it together. So I promise we'll do that. So I'll end with this. My mom is doing great. Like I said, she's not in a coma like she was last time. She will not need to go to a rehab facility like last time. She won't need to like relearn how to do everything like last time. So we're good. it's good. So very happy that it didn't turn out that way. So thank you all for your thoughts. And I really do appreciate it because everyone has something going on. So I really do appreciate that. But I didn't know if this was going to like take me away from everything again because it did last time. So yeah, preemptively, as Michael Scott said, you get ahead of the story and the story controls you or whatever. So thank you. I really, go Pats, go Dolphins tonight, and go Sox as always, and go C's and B's and everybody, blessings to all of you. Thank you very much. I will talk to you all soon. I want to do this more regularly. So, be doing this more. I will come back to California. I know exactly. The sun's going down right now here. So, thank you all. And, everyone just in general, stay safe and stay blessed. Too blessed to be stressed. No, but thank you all. Love you all. And I will talk to you all very soon.